Dixie from The Fool's Journey, your favorite tarot diva. I have the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck out here. I'm going to do a mini reading for my friend S. She's having a really hard time right now. She's suffered a lot of personal losses. She's lost some folks close to her, and she's in a lot of pain. She's wanting to know how she can find peace again. So I wanted to see what I could get for her and see if we can get something of use for her. And maybe, you know, if you're suffering some losses too, maybe it'll help you too. I hope so. Anyway, let's see what we get. Ooh, mental conflict. Now in traditional decks, this particular card is the Two of Swords. And one interesting thing about Tarot 2s is they almost always point to choices of some kind and also polarity. The first thing I would say is, well, swords are the air element, they're the element of thought. And so recognize that your thoughts, particularly circular thoughts, are feeding into this a great deal. My sense is that a lot of this is related to regret for you. You are a harsh taskmaster. You are like, I didn't do this right, and I didn't do that right, and I could have made this better or that better, or I should have been closer to this person, or it's almost like you have a list, and I don't know if you've actually written this down or not, but like, I'm seeing a list of all your failings, of all the ways that you could have improved the lives of these people that that are gone now. Just one after another, like you're, like a kid's paper written, handed back from the teacher, written covered in red ink. You know, that's how you're evaluating these connections. And the thing is these people that are not in your life anymore, you know, there might have been some criticism sometimes, there might have been some negative stuff, but once they pass on, they leave a lot of that behind because they have a higher perspective from the spiritual realm than we do here in the physical. So, I mean, you know, I'm seeing two people in two different rooms, and there was a fight, and they're both upset, and they're both blaming themselves. And I think that to some degree that's kind of where you're at, particularly in the family relationship one. That you're like, okay, I could have had a better relationship if I did this or did this or did this. And I think that you've got your person in spirit here going, oh gosh, you know, I left with this pain and that pain, I left her with that pain and that pain and that pain. So that's the first thing that I would do. The second thing I would do, or I would tell you in this situation, is I'm seeing a need to box some of this off. You know, you're saturated in emotion. And I think there are physical things that some of this, particularly the stuff that triggers the most painful response, you could really stand to box up and put away for a little while. Doesn't mean you have to get rid of it, but it's like this energy is overwhelming. The other part is you could have like a grieving time, okay? Whereas, and this sounds silly, all right, this sounds silly, but I can see you like setting aside a half hour or an hour a day and saying, okay, you know, I'm going to process during this time, I'm going to feel it, and get out like the reminders and the old clothes or the newspaper clippings or whatever it is that you've got that's flooding you, the pictures that's flooding you emotionally. Look at it, feel it, cry it until your timer is up, and then put it away. And that way during the day, when you get these thoughts that come in or these feelings or whatever, you're like, okay, it's not time yet. It's not my grieving time. But I'm feeling a difficulty functioning all the way around, okay? So, because it's saturated every bit of your life. So set aside some time for grieving time. And after your grieving time, I'd also look at moving to the other side of the fence. Like when you have, after the feel bad time, why not have a certain amount of time set aside for positive memories. Okay, because your grieving here is not full of so much of the positive memories. A lot of it's regret. A lot of it's negative. A lot of it's hurts, and you know, you're beating yourself up something fierce. So after you have the heart-wrenching blah 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 and you purge that, you might want to try journaling and writing it out too. You need to purge the pain stuff. Then follow it up by some positive stuff. Because that helps take the edge off. You mentioned that music and that there are some particular songs for you that are very, very helpful. Wind up with that to raise your vibration a little bit. Yeah, but yeah, I'm seeing a need to box it up. Let's see. Another thing I think might be helpful is finding ways to honor this connection in a healing manner. You know, take or consider what were the most important, most meaningful parts of this to you, and find a way to honor it. I don't care if you make a shadow box on the wall. I don't care if, you know, you write a story. I don't care if you plant a tree or, you know, donate $5 to a charity that is meaningful for you. I'd like to see you find something tangible and physical that you can honor what you felt good about. You know, it could be, it could be posted on the internet, on a forum, or find some way to honor that memory in a positive way, because I think that's helpful. You can also have conversations with these people, okay, because your emotional energy, I think that their spirits are around you. And I also think that when you get these tweaks, that you second guess them, but they're still there. That doesn't mean that they're not there. So that's a possibility for you to go ahead and talk to them. Say what you want to say. Let's see. Find a peace. Find a peace. The peace, honey, the peace doesn't come from doing something to make the pain go away. The peace here comes from making peace with yourself over that the relationships either were not always pretty, or were not always as close, or you're somebody who feels like you just don't have enough. You never have enough to give. You never have enough to go around. And you resent it, like the demands, and then at the same time, you feel like crap yourself because you don't have more, and you don't take time out to feed yourself and come up with more. So start directing your thoughts a little differently, okay? The important thing to remember about the Two of Swords, when you get the Two of Swords, there is choice involved, and it does not feel like it. It feels like you're stuck or you can't move, but there is choice involved, and it's thought-directed choice. So you are going to be in a position to find more peace when you start exerting a little bit more will and control over the direction of your thoughts. And if it's helpful, remove yourself from the situation and pretend like you're counseling a third person. I know that sounds silly, but it really can be easier to manage. And a follow-up for you, I'm going to draw a card from my Sonia Chiquette's Heal Your Vibes Oracle deck. It's really based on a lot of self-care and staying connected. And I think that it would be a nice kind of follow-up for this situation, because you're really looking to take better care of yourself. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line. And, okay, we got fake it till you make it. In other words, when you first start some of this stuff, like maybe boxing it in, setting aside particular time for your grief, or, you know, doing whatever, that you may not entirely feel it, okay? It might not provide complete and immediate relief, but act as if it does, in a sense. Keep moving, all right? And as you do, you'll begin to feel it too. I mean, honestly, honey, it feels to me, it feels like standing in high tide and just being overwhelmed. And it's difficult to think, it's difficult to move, it's difficult to catch air. You know, and you've got this kind of firing off. I mean, if you have to pretend like, okay, I can take my pain and I'm going to stuff it in this little purse, and you have an actual purse, and you put it in the purse and close it, you know, and put it away until it's time to get it out for a few minutes and da-da-da. I really do think that physically going through the motions of dealing with this and treating it as if it were a tangible physical thing may well be helpful to you. But it's okay if you're not feeling it 100% right off. It's okay if you can't just make it go away. And in terms of seeking peace, using the fake it till you make it approach, act as if you are a peaceful person. Do what you think a peaceful person would do. And before long, you're going to be feeling more of it. I am so sorry for your losses. I hope this is helpful to you, honey. I wish you all the best. And good luck. Much love.